Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Junette. I'm a photographer based out of California, and in today's video I'm going to reveal to you guys my new Leica, the Leica M4. As you guys know, I've probably been talking about this for like the last 2 years, getting a Leica. I eventually got the Leica 28mm Elmarit ASPH, brand new from Leica. And I got that lens, adapted it to my Sony, had a great time, but still it wasn't a Leica. So for the last like 6 months or so, I would say that I've kind of been on the hunt for a Leica. I knew that it wasn't going to be a digital because I already have the Sony a7C II, which is what I'm recording on. And then I also have the Fuji X100VI, which I can't seem to get. There you go. So it didn't really make sense to have 3 digital cameras, especially since these 2 cover all the bases. So I knew I wanted a Leica film camera. I was very close to pulling the trigger on a Leica MA, brand new, but when I looked at the price, I knew what the price was, but they, Leica had raised it over the summer. So instead of being like 5,200 and like 6K after tax, it's like 6K and like 65 or 66 after tax. And to be honest with you, I just thought at this point in time, it's just kind of unnecessary to spend that much on a camera that if you just bought an older version, that you could get the same experience. So I narrowed it down to a few things, and the Leica M3 doesn't have 35mm frame lines, so that was kind of like an instant no, and then everything before that was also a no. I don't really like the look of the M5. Again, the M6 Classic and the TTL, they're still around $3,000. Some of them in better condition are like 32, so that's still about half the price. But for something that I'm not going to be using all the time, I didn't want to spend that much money. So that's kind of how I narrowed it down to the Leica M4. And then there's a couple options within the M4 as well. You have the M4, the M4 II, M4P. And when you look at the prices between the 3 of those, the M4 II and M4P are still kind of up there. They're like in the upper 2s, maybe low 2s. But when I looked at the M4, it was like, you could find an excellent condition on MPB for like 1,800. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Like, this is like the cheapest way I can get into shooting on a Leica that's pretty much like an MA for like 3x less the cost. So I started to look for like an M4. Funny enough, I found a Leica, this one that I bought on OfferUp, and that's pretty surprising because I don't know if you guys have ever been on OfferUp. The people are kind of weird, you get kind of like sketchy things on there. So anyways, I found this Leica, it looked really clean. I liked the price, it was less than 1,800. So I decided to go to LA, take a look at it, and I fell in love. I bought the camera from this photographer based in LA. His name is Bobby. He's a goat. His photography is absolutely amazing. He does a lot of skate. He's been in magazines. So to kind of buy this camera off of a well-known photographer, it's pretty sweet. Bobby, thank you again for selling me my first Leica. I appreciate you, bro. So after I bought the Leica, I came home, and the first thing I did was I cleaned it up a little bit, just kind of getting it to perfection, as best as I could clean it and make it look nice. I did that. So I spent a little time cleaning it, just water in a microfiber cloth, no special chemicals or anything, just kind of getting through all the crevices. Once I got it cleaned, I pretty much just adapted my new Leica 28mm on there. And just a few things about this camera. So the internals are all brass, which they say is better than like the M4 II and whatnot. It's gonna last a lot more time, and there's just better materials inside the camera. It's fully mechanical. There's no light meter, so I already knew that going in. I didn't care because I'm gonna do my best to shoot Sunny 16. And then also there's no 28mm frame lines. I have this 28mm lens that I just bought, no frame lines, kind of a bummer, but I thought to myself, hey, if I can save myself like $1,500, I can do without the frame lines. Like, it's gonna be fine. Most people say that if you just use the rangefinder window, that's pretty much as close as you can get to seeing what 28mm would be like. So I thought, hey, that's not too bad to save a little bit of money. So again, guys, like, this camera is basically like an M6. You just don't get 28mm frame lines, and then you don't get a light meter, obviously, but those things are not big deals for me. I like the fact that it has the M6 advanced lever, and then, you know, the rewind lever is also the same. Of course, I'm not even gonna go in depth about this, but this camera in the hand feels absolutely amazing. This is what it feels like to shoot with a camera that was meant for a photographer. You know, I was very lucky to get this camera in the condition that it is. You know, it's got some bumps here and there, but to be honest with you, like, looking at the serial number, I think this camera was from like the 1970s or late 60s. I'll throw it up on the screen. And if you think about that, that's like what, 30, 50, it's like a 55-year-old camera, and it looks as good as it does. So I'm pretty stoked about that, and it looks beautiful. So of course, since I picked up the camera, I did get some things for it. I'll show you guys here. Of course, we got some film, which I haven't bought in a very long time. So here we have some Kodak Gold. I love Kodak Gold. It's such a nice film stock when you don't want to spend the money on Portra 400. And then, as you guys probably know from my channel, I do like shooting black and white. And I was very inspired by Pushing Film's video when he went and shot these Super Pan 200, the Rolly. I really like the look. It's kind of got like a Tri-X look to it, and I'm pretty stoked to go and shoot that. Another accessory that I got for it that I will be making a video on in the future is this light meter from Reflex Lab, which is right here. So I reached out to them, and I wanted to know if they wanted a video on this thing. So they were like, yeah, heck yeah, let's do a video. And they sent this one out to me for free. So I'm going to be testing this light meter because, you know, I don't need one, but I would like to have one at the start, just so I don't mess up these beautiful rolls that I just bought. So that'll be coming probably in a week or two. So you guys, if you're interested in that, because there's not really many videos on the Reflex Lab light meter, it's all just the Kex, and the Kex is double the price. So, you know, does this work just as well for less, and it's built really well. Let me just say that you guys are really gonna like it. The reason I haven't shot film for quite a while is because my Minolta, which is sitting right there, it broke. So I just kind of was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy a film camera until I can get a Leica, because I don't want to spend money on Nikons and you know, Canons and stuff, these older cameras that are just gonna give me the same experience, even though what I want is the M experience. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna shoot digital for a while and just wait for the right Leica to pop up. And it did. But anyways, you know, another reason too that I didn't shoot that much film is because it's gotten really expensive to develop and scan, as you know. So my plan is I'm going to be developing with a lab. I don't know which lab yet. And then I pretty much bought everything I need to scan film at home. So also in a future video, I'm going to show you guys how I scan film with my Sony, what lens I'm using, and, you know, what sort of setup I'm rocking. That's gonna be pretty sweet because that's something I've never done before, and I like doing new things, and it's gonna be nice to save some dough. With that said, I already told you about the lens that I'm gonna be rocking on the Leica, but I have this literally mint condition Voigtlander 28mm f2.8 color scope R Mark II that I used for one video, and I mounted it on my Sony. This is up for sale, so if you're local to me, SoCal area, LA, hit me up. I'm giving this thing away for like 400 bucks, maybe less, depending on if you're cool. And yeah, I just don't need it anymore. It's perfect condition, about a brand new from B&H. So yeah, if you're interested in getting this, I don't need 228, so it's all yours. Just let me know. So that's pretty much it for this video. We have some new videos coming that you guys are gonna like on some new lenses that haven't hit the market yet. Been working with some companies, that's been pretty fun. And all these videos with the Leica coming up. So if you guys are interested in any of that, feel free to subscribe. It's up to you, but I tell you, you're not going to be disappointed. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about the Leica and the setup and anything that maybe I missed, just put them down in the comments. Currently have a roll of Portra 160 in there, so I'm going to be taking that out soon, and I'll show you guys the images from it. And that should be a fun video. Look for that soon. Again, hope you guys have a great day. Get out there and shoot, and I will see you in the next video.